Have you ever experienced the moment when you want to speak something but having problem from translating your mother tongue into target language? So if you want to speak clearly and fluently without translating from your mother tongue into target language, this video is for you. First, I want to make a definition about fluency versus accuracy. When you are learning language, decide first what's your intention to learn that language, whether it's for academic purpose or to be able to communicate with people in that language. Fluency is how efficient you are when you are expressing the idea in your target language. There might be some grammar mistake when you explain something, but it doesn't matter as long as you use simple sentence and the opposite speaker understand it. They catch your point. It shows how comfortable you are when using that language. For example, when you are doing presentation, discussion, or making deal when you are doing business, socializing with people in that language, or anything about communication verbally. While accuracy is often used in academic purpose, like school, university, it's the ability how efficient you are in using vocabularies, grammar, punctuation, and certain conditions, like submitting reports, making email, and anything related to professional things. Because if you are making grammar mistake in writing email, it will affect the reader impression. It won't look professional at all. So if you want to be fluent in that language, grammar doesn't matter. Clear communication matters. Don't worry to make mistake about grammar. I think that's normal. Be confident with your ability because it will suggest you to build momentum to speak clearly and better connection with your opposite partner. However, if person is good at accuracy, they are also often good in fluency. But people are good in fluency, they are not always good in accuracy. Tips number 2. If you are still confused in deciding which language you want to learn, I will give you some insight. Pick the language which is prospect for your future, especially when it comes to involving a job, or you are more likely to use it frequently in your future. Well, me personally, I'm still learning Japan because I want to go there someday, and if not, I still can use it for watching anime without subtitle, movie, because anime is my life. I love anime. Tips number 3. Develop your secondary linguistic personality. Have you ever experienced when you are speaking in foreign language, your personality also changed? It's because its grammar for each language is different, also the structure of each sentence different, and there's cultural value in it. People tell me when I speak Bahasa Indonesia, I look warm, easygoing, friendly. While I speak in English, I look little bit cold. That's cultural value because you can separate the language from the culture. When you are learning language, you are learning the culture. You learn new perspective, the way of the thinking, and the way you see the world also change. When you gain the value from the language and your personality change, you are absorbing the value from the culture and you are likely to be fluent in that language. Why developing your secondary linguistic is so important? Well, I'll give you example. I live in Indonesia in Central Java, and Bahasa Indonesia is an official language because there are a lot of local language in my country, and Javanese is my local language. Also, in Javanese, there are 3 levels of politeness in my local language, like with whom you speak. Level 1, you speak to the younger person than you. Level 2, you speak to the person who has the same age as you. And level 3, you speak to the older person than you. If you speak level 2 to the person older than you, even though you are grammatically correct, you are likely to be judged disrespectful because there are different vocabularies for different age. So in order to avoid misunderstanding, miscommunication, and confusion, developing your secondary linguistic personality is very important. Tips number 4. Add and memorize 5 vocabularies every day and create them into sentences that are related to you. If you understand 5 new vocabularies every day, just calculate them. You can understand at least 150 new vocabularies in 1 month and about 1,825 new vocabularies in a year. The reason I asked you to create sentences that related to your circumstances because you are likely less to forget what you have learned. For example, today I want to learn the word big. In Japan it means oki. In Indonesia it means besar. Indonesia is big. Indonesia wa oki desu. Indonesia itu besar. I'm Indonesian. Are you Indonesian? Indonesia jin desu. Anata wa Indonesia jin desu ka? I'm wearing black shirt. Saya pakai baju warna hitam. Kulo ngagem busana warna ireng. Watashi wa kurisatsu o kiteimasu. Tips number 5. Put in the mindset you are translating your target language into native language, not vice versa. For example, if your native language is English and your target language is French, put French on the first or the front one and English on the back. I suggest you not to use translator so much, but it's okay if you use it. Just do it rarely. I want you to do it rarely. If you have difficulties in expressing idea in certain words, you can use descriptive sentence to cover that term. When you want to say, I'm exhausted, but you don't know how to say it, just say, my energy is very low after doing certain tasks. I need some rest. Tips number 6. Use AI as your advantages. In my previous video about learning English without studying, I mentioned about to find partner who can speak that target language. But if you are having difficulties to find that person, you can use AI to speak as your partner. Like visit and talk to ChatGPT as your partner to speak. Sometimes I ask ChatGPT to create scenario when I meet someone in somewhere like cafe and have a conversation in it. Here for example, I asked ChatGPT to create scenario when I meet in a cafe and he said, sure, let's scenario when we meet at cafe. You enter a cozy cafe in Tokyo and you see me sitting at a table with a cup of coffee. You decide to approach and start a conversation. Konnichiwa, iso ni koko desu wate mo ii desu ka? Hello, excuse me. Is it okay if I sitting here with you? Konbanwa, hi. Anata wa namae wa desu ka? I think that's all from me. If you find this helpful, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel because it will make me happy. Bye.